Thanks for tuning into our American Family Insurance DreamBank page, where we believe in the transformative power of dreams and are committed to helping you pursue yours. I'm Maddie, and I'm here today with the American Family Insurance brand ambassadors in football, the Watt brothers, JJ, TJ, and Derrick Watt. I'm very excited to discuss how they manage their competitive spirits while still being dream champions for one another. Thanks for being here today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So, digging into our first question, Derrick and TJ, you will get to play on the same team again this year, but throughout your football careers, you haven't always been on the same team. In fact, you've been on opposing teams. How have you found ways to support each other even when you're on different and opposing teams?
I think we're just so competitive as a family when we're in the off season working out together, and a lot of people always ask how competitive we are when we're in the gym and in the weight room. But in all reality, when it comes down to the actual season and watching my brothers play, I'm just overall so supportive and the biggest fans of JJ and Derrick, even though we're not on the same teams all the time. But it will be awesome to be able to play with Derrick this year, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we always support each other throughout the whole year. If we're not directly playing one another, we usually try to catch the other two, their games, whether it's in the locker room or after your game's over, and just try to support each other as much as possible. We're always rooting for the other whoever is playing to play well. And when we are playing directly against each other, I usually like to say I want to see the other guy play well, but we win. But like I said, this year will be awesome to be back with TJ on the same team.
How'd that go for you last year, Derrick?
We didn't win, and he did play well.
So this kind of brings us into our second question. How do your parents manage which team they cheer for on game day?
When we're all playing against each other, I think they're mainly just rooting for no injuries and for everybody to have a good game. I don't know if they necessarily care who wins, unless there's some sort of like playoff implications on the line where one team needs something to get in. But for the most part, they just want to see us play well and come out of the game healthy. And I think it's surreal for them, for us, for everybody, just to have all of us on the field at the same time and for them to be able to watch and enjoy it.
So when game day is approaching, when you guys play each other, does your brother dynamic change at all? Is there some fun texts being exchanged or anything like that?
I think we're always kind of texting throughout the week. That's kind of the big thing with the three of us is we're always on a text thread talking daily, especially throughout the season. And when JJ or Derrick come to town or I go to their cities, in the past few years, we usually stop at each other's house, get dinner, hang out for a little bit the night beforehand, and that's pretty much where the brotherly love stops. The next day, it's all game mode, and it's pretty much competitive all the way up until after the game, and then you get a picture with each other just because it's such a surreal moment to be able to share an NFL football field with someone that you grew up in the same household with. So really competitive, and then after the game, back to being brothers.
Awesome. So I am a twin, so I know a little bit about sibling rivalry. And so I was wondering if you guys can share a time where you guys had to overcome some sibling rivalry or some sibling jealousy. And then how did you navigate through that situation?
Go ahead, Jage. How do you do it?
There's always rivalry. I mean, everything we do is a rivalry. Everything is a competition. Anything. It could be eating a meal, who can eat the fastest. It could be, getting the mail when we were kids, who could get, everything's a competition. I think now there's a big competition for trying to be Derrick's son's favorite uncle between me and TJ. He obviously has a massive advantage now, Derrick living in the same neighborhood as him in Pittsburgh. So I'm behind the eight ball on that one, but I'm still trying my hardest.
Yeah, I would say there's not really a jealousy component to our relationship. It's always more like you said, competing, not jealousy, and just kind of pushing each other, and very supportive and always proud of each other. So I wouldn't use the word jealousy really at any point, I don't think, but it's always just competing and supporting.
Awesome. I have to ask, when you were growing up, who was the winner of who got the mail?
Always me. I won everything.
I'm the fastest, so probably.
I'm the biggest, fastest, strongest, quickest, all of the above.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so kind of switching gears a little bit, shifting out of jealousy and sibling rivalry. JJ, can you share a time when you can recall being like the most proud of Derrick?
I mean, there's been a lot of times. I mean, for me, anytime I watched him play, whether it was scoring a touchdown in college, whether it was the day he got drafted or the day he got married or had his son. I mean, there's so many moments, and I don't like to tell him too many because I don't want him to get a big head or anything. But I've been proud of him a whole lot. He's done some great things in his life. Both of them have, and so as an older brother, you know, it's extremely special to watch your brothers grow up and become successful and really flourish into their own man. And it's been very fun for me to watch, and I can't wait to see what they do next.
I appreciate that.
Derrick, is there a time where you have been proud of TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I've honestly, TJ and I, growing up, we're closer in age. We shared a room. You know, we were roommates in college. We've been on the same teams together. It's just been awesome. Like JJ kind of said, as an older brother, to see him grow and develop and just become a great young man. And obviously, when he got drafted, he went through a lot of adversity in college with injuries, a position switch. Just to kind of see that all come together and get drafted in the first round. And then to put together the career he's having already has just been incredible. But not even just football related. Like I said, he's a great young man and a great uncle. Both of them are to my son, Logan. And just, you know, I look up to JJ and TJ. You know, TJ's younger than me, but I still look up to him and see what he's doing and use him as you know, support. So it's just great to see him kind of develop into the man he's become and how he impacts my life.
Thanks, Derrick.
I love it. And then, TJ, can you share a time where you've been the most proud of JJ?
I mean, I'm always so proud of JJ. Yeah, I'd say, I mean, it's just everything from all the off the field stuff that he does within his community. I think you go back to the hurricane and raising over $40 million in a time of need. And then you go to on the football field where Derrick talked about me battling through injuries, where JJ has also battled through a ton of injuries, has been able to keep performing and block out all the people that keep continuing to count him out over the years. That's something that I'm very proud of him for. I'm also just very proud of him always being so supportive of Derrick and I, and always letting us in on his life and not shutting us out and showing us how to be great men on and off the football field. So overall, very proud of both of my brothers.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Here at American Family Insurance, we believe in the fearless pursuit of dreams. Fearlessness is not the absence of fear, but rather pushing through the fear to achieve your dreams. Was there ever a moment when fear halted or diverted your dream pursuit? How did you push through?
I mean, I think all three of us can kind of attest to the fear of the injuries. I think we've all kind of went through our fair share of injuries, and I went through it in college. Derrick's been through it in college as well, and JJ more recently. But when you get a significant injury in a sport like football, when you don't know if you're going to make it back to what you were beforehand, I think that's a very scary thing as an athlete, especially when all you do is identify yourself as an athlete. And when you have that sport taken away from you, it kind of makes you take a step back and realize how much that you truly care about that sport, and it makes you turn that fear into motivation. And I think that's kind of what all three of us have been able to do, and that's what's been able to make us successful.
Awesome. Do you guys have, since you said that you kind of share the fear, do you have a way where if one of you is getting stuck or letting fear creep in, where you kind of like check in on each other or anything like that, just to kind of help prevent fear from creeping in?
For us, it's all just about building each other up. I mean, you have to have a good support system around you no matter what you're going through, whether it's good times or bad times. So it's very important to surround yourself with people who are always going to support you and who believe in you and who have your best interests at heart. So when you are going through a tough time or a difficult time, they're there to lift you up. I mean, nobody's perfect. Nobody has a great day every single day of their life. Everybody goes through adversity. Everybody goes through difficult times. That's when it's most important to have people in your corner who can pick you up when you're at your lowest. And then at the same time, you do it for them when they're at a low point. So that's what we're fortunate to have between each other, our family, and our close friends. We have a really good support system who helps pick us up.
Awesome. That plays right into our next question. American Family Insurance believes that your dreams are the most valuable thing you'll ever own. To achieve a dream, you need the right support. This is why we created DreamBank, a space dedicated to offering the resources and support to champion our dreamers on their dream pursuit. How do you show up for others as their dream champions?
Well, first of all, I just have to say that sounds extremely familiar. One, I interned at the Dream Bank in college, and that pitch is very familiar to me. And so it was a great experience. I mean, obviously within our family and us three directly, I mean, we always, like you said, we support. I mean, we talk about our goals each year. You know, you talk about, you know, what we aspire to do and what we aspire to be, and you gotta vocalize your goals and allow other people to support you. And that's kind of what we do, like we said, within our little inner circle here. But whether it's outside, you know, our family, our friends, you always just try to help lift people up and try to make them better and reach those goals rather than bringing them down or, you know, just completely ignoring them. So it's just kind of, you know, always striving to help those people, whatever it is, and just reach those goals and keep their mind going. If they ever have a bad day, like we talked about, pick them back up and don't let them quit.
To push through that fear, sometimes it means leaning on those around you to support you. Can one of you share a time when you had to make a big decision and needed to lean on your brothers and family members? What gave you the courage to ask for support?
I mean, when I was making my college decision, I was heavily relying on my family, being recruited. Obviously, JJ had gone to Wisconsin, had a tremendous career there, and I was kind of between Northwestern and Wisconsin. And originally, I committed to Northwestern after, you know, long, hard talks and just a lot of thinking and speaking with my family and kind of trying to make the best decision for myself and my career. And, you know, and then on the flip side, I ended up decommitting from Northwestern and committing to Wisconsin, which once again wasn't just a flip of the switch, you know, decision. It was for sure leaning on my parents, my brothers, just kind of anyone I, you know, really trusted and valued their opinion. So there's definitely, you always got to have that core group of people you go back to for big life decisions, for sure.
I think for me, mine was when I was in college. I originally was a tight end, and I went through some injuries, and then Coach Chris kind of brought the idea of me switching over to defensive side of the ball and playing linebacker. And I approached Derrick and JJ because obviously I really respected their thoughts and their opinions on whether I should make the change or not. And also because I know JJ and Derrick both switched sides of the ball when they got to college. So I thought that those two would be really good people in my life to lean on in that situation to see if they thought I could be capable of doing something like that. And those guys both said that I should switch over to defense, and it worked out really well for me. So I'm glad that they were there for me in that situation.
Out of all three brothers, who gives the best advice?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think we all give pretty good advice. It depends on the scenario, but JJ's got the most life experience, so he definitely got some good advice there. There's all certain situations.
Jay is just like, he's out of our age range for Derrick and I. So if we have like older people questions, we JJ for. But like if we have like millennial type questions,
we know who to go to. Exactly the scenarios I was talking about. There's tiers to it.
Any comments, Grandpa?
I mean, when's the last time I? Oh my goodness! Yeah, I think we know who gives the best advice here.
Can I quickly just ask, like, especially on my screener, you guys are wearing almost identical outfits.
Yeah, why do you think that is? Because TJ looks to me for advice in everything. So,
did I miss the group? Was I not in the group text? I don't understand. This is literally coordinated: hat, shirt.
I was on the call first.
I was born first, and I wear this every day. Pretty much.
I wear. Oh, that's kind of disgusting.
I wear this. Yeah, wash it sometimes.
All right, next question, please.
All right, Team Dream, calm down.
Team Dream.
So now that we've decided to give the best advice, this is our opportunity to kind of put that to the test. So,
Wasn't it?
what is one piece of advice that you would give to someone pursuing their dream?
Go all in. Believe in yourself. I mean, you're not going to accomplish a dream if you just kind of wade into the water and put your toe in. You gotta believe in yourself so much that you're willing to put it all behind that dream and fight for it. It's not going to be easy. If it's a dream worth having, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a very difficult, tough road. You're going to face adversity, but you have to be willing to go all in. And then you also want to have people around you. Surround yourself with people who will help you along the way. It's very difficult to accomplish a dream on your own. I mean, it's nearly impossible. You want to have people support you and believe in you and help lift you up as you continue to chase your dream.
I think one more thing I'd add to that is just have a plan to how you want to accomplish that dream. Don't just go into it kind of not knowing exactly what you want to do or what steps you want to take to accomplish that dream. Take a pen and paper and write down exactly the steps that you want to take so that you have a path that you want to achieve along the way.
It's good stuff, guys.
All right.
I've taught you well. You guys have.
And then one of our final questions is do you have daily rituals or things you do in your routine to help you push towards your dream? Tell us about ways you stay inspired. Many of our dreamers are fighting fatigue and are having a hard time staying inspired due to the pandemic. How do you stay inspired throughout all of this?
I think, like TJ said, you have to have a plan. And you have to, especially through this time where there's so much uncertainty, there's so much unknowns, you have to take control of what you can control. So for us, obviously our job is weightlifting, running, eating right. So I know myself, and I believe they do too. I know exactly what I'm going to eat the next day. I know exactly what my breakfast is going to look like. So when I wake up, I'm not trying to figure out, there is no uncertainty there. I know exactly what I'm going to eat to start my day off on the right foot. And then I know what my workout's going to look like. I have a bit of a plan and structure because there's so much going on around us that we can't control, especially during this time. You really need to take hold of what you can control so that you feel like you're the one who's guiding where your life goes.
Yeah, I was going to say something very similar to JJ, and just, I mean, like you said, we're very structured in our lives because we like it that way. We know we have those goals we talked about that you have had in mind and you put your mind to. It's not waking up and like, oh, what do I do today? Or how do I accomplish that? You already thought about that ahead of time. You have that plan. And it's like JJ said before too, it's a dream that you have for a reason. It's not going to be easy. You have to love it and you have to want to do it. So you can't exactly just lose interest or lose motivation. You got to dig down deep and remember why you're trying to get accomplished, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, and use that as your driving factor.
Thank you so much. And we are coming up to our last question, but I have to ask it. We've been talking about dreams for the last few minutes. And so what is the next dream for the Watt brothers?
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk with me today. I've had a lot of fun, and I am excited to see who comes out on top in the upcoming game.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.